what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video? This is a video, right?
Yep.
Okay, just want to make sure. So today we are going to be doing the infamous or famous 20 questions. Have you done this before?
No, I haven't.
Me
I mean,
either.
I've played by myself. Is that sad? Is
That's
that sad to say?
that's actually...
Is that sad to say?
It's okay. We're doing it now, right?
But this is the couples edition, okay?
Couples edition.
Couples edition.
I think this is done on YouTube a couple times now, so it's not like it's new or anything, but you know, we're trying to be somewhat original.
Right?
So first question.
So first question, where and when did we first meet? Okay.
So are we talking about the first time we met or the first?
Let's do both.
Okay, so do you want to start with the first time we met, and I'll do the second time around.
Okay. Very, very first time we met was back in high school. 2008. It was our freshman year of high school, and I don't exactly remember where we met. I mean, you can jump on this if you remember exactly where on campus, but all I remember is that my best friend at the time introduced me to him. That's all I remember.
And what's so crazy is your best friend at the time, I think I had class with her, or we had mutual friends, and she was like, oh, no, because I was talking to her, and I was like, oh, who's that? And then referring to you, and then she's like, oh, that's my friend Kristen. And then I was like, ooh, she's cute. And then he's like, oh, do you want me to introduce you? And then that's how it all started.
Mm-hmm. We dated back then before now.
Oh,
for a little bit.
So I was trying to spit my game, my freshman game. I thought she was cute. She was a dancer. She got her thing going on, and on top of that, she was cute. Okay, and she had a personality. Now both of us were really shy, and I was really awkward about it. I remember I was like, hey. I like wrote you this note and then I like slid it to you, and then like I walked away as fast as I could, and then I would have you read it, and then after that I would do that like a couple times until one of the notes said like, I think it was like, will you be my girlfriend? Was it through that, or did I actually like go
No,
up
you actually asked me in person, yeah.
It's like so long ago, but I think I asked you in person. And then, how did you react? Like, how did you, like, what was going through your mind at that time?
Okay, before you even asked me, we already had, like, this really strong connection, and I had a really big crush on you. And I remember you would tell me, like, oh, I'm a little hesitant, like, I want to ask you something, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, can you just, like, go ahead, just ask me, because I wanted him to ask me out already. So when he did, I was like, oh, heck yeah.
You're like, man, what took you so long?
Yeah.
So that was like the first time that was in high school.
That was high school, freshman year.
Freshman year. Okay, so after a couple years, it was, I don't know how much years that was.
Oh, like 7 years.
7 years. What's so crazy is I had a Facebook account, and I was just like, I just had this Facebook account. And I don't really use Facebook. I was primarily just putting that Facebook out for something. It's like an insider that she knows. But I had a Facebook account, and one day after like a hard day of work, I got a notification. I was like, oh, well, probably one of my grandmas or aunties sending me like some sort of Facebook notification, whatever. And it's from Kristen, and I was like, oh, dang, okay. So I hit that confirm request real quick. It was like 0 to 100. I was like, whoop, click. And the moment that I confirmed that, everything was good. Sent that DM real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And on your side of things, how was it? Like, how are you thinking of how did this go on? Like, how does it start?
Well, yeah, I sent you that friend request because it was out of nowhere. I saw in the suggested friends portion that he was the very first one, and I was all like, what? Ken on Facebook? Because he's been like in and out of social media for how many years? Like he makes them, deletes them, makes them, deletes them, and then I finally saw his Facebook again. I was all like, man, let me just friend request. Like
whatever.
Yeah, it's been a while. Like I haven't talked to him forever, so
Facebook be making those connections. I'm not gonna lie. Like shout outs to the young FB.
Yeah.
Because they find in a lot of relationships that way.
I guess.
So it's like okay Cupid, but in reality it's just Facebook. But that's how we essentially met again. We literally the week after we went on a pho date, and then it's history after that.
Yeah.
You guys can. It's like our whole like YouTube channel literally started a week after the pho date. Yeah. So that's crazy. So that pretty much is the story, right?
Yep. So, question 2, where was our first date?
Okay, so our first date, it was so crazy. I was talking to Kristen on Facebook, and I was like, hey, like, I know you've been feeling sick, because at the time she was sick.
Yeah.
She was still working. I was like, why are you working? Girl, let me take you to some pho. So I told her, like, hey, when you're available, let's go get some pho. Me, initially, I had this all planned out. Like, I had like, the pho date, and afterwards I had this whole like setup to go to the park, but for her it was more like, oh, we're just going to a pho date. You know what I'm saying? So on your side of things, what did you think? Like jumping into like always ask me into a pho date.
Well, for one, when you asked me, I was super excited. I was really nervous because when he asked me, it was around the time I was taking a class at school, and that day I had like this 8-hour class on a Saturday, and that whole time I was anticipating. I was like, man, when is it going to be for? When is it going to be for? Like, I just want to go to the pho date.
That's how I was feeling too at work. I was like getting off work. I was like, man, is it 4 o'clock already?
Girls, though.
But it's so crazy. I also was late, a little bit late because of traffic.
Yeah. So we met. That pho restaurant was just down the street. Just down the street from my school. I can't talk right now.
Down the street from our school, or your school, and I was super late. I do apologize.
You weren't that late. You were like 5 minutes late.
Because I was late at some time. Like, what were you feeling during those moments?
Well, at first I had initially thought you were already there waiting for me. I was scared that I was late because I got out of class and I went to the store really quick. I forgot why. I think my mom wanted me to pick up something, and then I headed over, but I could not find the pho place because I wasn't familiar with the area.
Yeah, even though it was like down the street from your school.
Yeah, no, but the turn, I don't know, from what I remember, the turn's kind of weird, and I turned into a really small, like, seafood restaurant parking lot instead, and I think it was, like, way past the pho restaurant. So I was like, oh my gosh, like, where am I going? I was nervous.
But once that pho date started, it just kicked it off. Like, we just vibed really well. We did. And I hit her with that, I mean, there's this park that I like go to, park/lake. I mean, I don't know what you're doing after, but I would love to just, hang out. After that, kicked it off.
I wasn't expecting that either. I thought after the pho day we were done, but he was all like, no, what are you doing after this? I'm all like, oh, nothing really, like, I'm free. And so he was like going on Groupon looking for stuff, and then he's finally like, oh, let's go to that one park. And I'm like, okay.
Park/lake, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the key? Was that the lock in, or the key into the lock?
Yeah.
Alright, see? That's what you gotta do. You gotta take them to pho first. Number 2, you gotta take them to the lake. Ladies like lakes. Some of them do. So you just gotta make sure she does before you go do that combo.
As long as they have ducks and you can feed them.
We didn't even feed the ducks though. We just saw them and we were just like, yeah.
Okay, anyway. So move on?
Yeah.
Okay, question 3. What was your first impression of me?
So, I knew you before we started dating again. But then, after some time, you either change as an individual, you mature, you become someone else, if anything. So, I kind of came into this whole, like, first date, first impression, open-minded. I didn't have any expectations. I'm pretty sure you didn't have expectations either, but we just really vibed. Like, I was just a laid back type of guy. You're very laid back as well, so it was like...
It was perfect.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. So that would be my first impression of him too, pretty much, was... Well, actually, when we first saw each other in person, I was working at the bakery and you walked in. So my first impression of that moment was, oh my gosh, is that him? Oh, snap.
I was like, no, oh yeah, that is true. So, the first unofficial time that I saw you, because I wouldn't call that official, because then you were like working, so it was like not official.
Yeah.
But it's unofficially official. I was like, can I get some help over here?
For real, he really was like that.
What type of pastries you got here? I don't care what they like. I care what you like.
No, that's seriously how it went. He asked me what my favorites were because he was like, you know what, I'm trying to get some for my mom. You know, throwing in the mom. You know, trying to hook me in. You know, so he's like, I'm trying to get something for my mom, but what are your favorites? And
I mean, it was more like, you get the first impression on me and my mom. You know what I'm saying? Get that combo. Alright.
I love you. Oh my gosh, next anyway. One. Okay.
Alright, so the next question is going to be...
You want to read it? It's number 4.
Number 4, it says, when did you meet my family? So, being the traditional Filipino parents Kristen has, I actually met them, I think, the second or third week?
I think so. I think it was about second or third week.
Second and third week we were talking.
Yeah, we were just talking.
There's actually a vlog of us talking about this, or the aftermath of that, but I remember it was like after work, you called and you're like, it was after WAD actually. Was this after WAD? It was like
it was after WAD.
It was after because she invited to World of Dance, and that's actually when we kicked it off, like officially, in a way. I think it was a little bit more days, but I remember this conversation. So I got off work, and she's like, "Hey, could you call me?" And I was like, "Oh, what's up? What's going on?" It's like, my parents want to meet you, and I was like, "Woo!" I was like.
Oh
grabbed my notebook. I'm just kidding. But I had the bring me home to your parents pants on. Had everything going, everything set, everything put into my mind. I put that fresh CD into the cassette. Not cassette. That's a cassette player. So I need a cassette to go with the cassette player. Anyways, you guys get the idea. I was pumped. I was ready. I was for it. So. I went in. At first, it was kind of awkward because it was just like we didn't know each other. Yeah. But I tried to establish that kind of non-battleground, but that leveled the field.
Yeah, where you broke the ice.
Broke the ice. There we go. See.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know what to say, and she like clears it up for me. You know what I'm saying? She gives it that clearance.
What the heck?
Anyways, so that's what happened with meeting your parents. So when you met my parents, how did that go?
When I met his parents, well, your family actually, it was Christmas, right? That was the first time, because we went to the mall. We went to go watch Moana. That was the very first time I met your parents.
Oh, we did watch Moana.
Yeah, we watched Moana. That was Christmas, Christmas Day.
That was so. How long was that from when we started dating? Like a month? Well, officially dating.
Oh, yeah, a month. A month later. Yeah, exactly a month later, actually.
So that's too long.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so it was exactly a month later, and we went to watch Moana, and I remember I was really nervous because, it was just... I've never had to do this before. I've never met my significant other's, parents before. And so this was my first time interacting with, my boyfriend's parents. So, I I remember walking in really nervous. I was hoping that I looked really presentable. And I walked in with pastries from work, and I remember, and I handed it to your mom when I saw her, and I was like, hello po, you know, I was talking to her in Tagalog. And then she's like, oh, you know how to speak Tagalog? And I'm like, yeah, just a little bit. You know, we were kind of going back and forth.
Tamis.
Yeah. Fudge. So yeah, I handed it to them as a kind gesture, like, here, this is for you. Like, I know you like taro, so I wanted to give this to you. So that was that. And then we watched Moana with his entire family, and it was really fun.
Moana, mud mask. Inside joke,
oh my gosh, okay. Yeah.
Number 5 says, who said I love you first?
This I actually don't remember.
I actually remember.
Okay,
I remember this pretty clearly too. I think we were... So we spent the day, like we had a huge kind of setup for the day. We went to Rocky Road, which is kind of like a mini hike.
Yeah.
And then after that, we went to like the pier. We were looking at the ocean. We were looking at the beach.
We went to Craft's Kitchen for breakfast.
We went to Craft's Kitchen for breakfast. It's like a little eatery here in La Mesa. And then we did a lot of things that day. It was like I backed that plan up. Back to back to back. Literally. So it kind of ended the day with me asking you out. That was the day that I asked you out, and then keep in mind that we were actually like our relationship was developed. Like it's pretty developed at that point, and I felt really strongly about Kristen at that point. And we are a little bit older than your average couple. So we're kind of at that age where we can understand our feelings and really assess it. And the way that our relationship got to that point was very, very fast, just because we spent so much time speaking and talking to each other. And I feel like our communication was really strong, and there was just so much things we had in common, and I didn't have a doubt in my mind. But for me, I really wanted to assess. I really wanted to see who Kristen was. We did spend some time just dating, because dating in the 20s is a little bit different than dating in your teenage years.
Yeah. It's a lot harder, too, because we have busy schedules. He was working full-time. I was going to school full-time. So for the most part, during our dating phase, we were just talking a lot on the phone and FaceTiming.
Yeah, and then whenever we had a free day, we would spend that whole day just hanging out.
Oh, yeah.
Until this day, like, I think a lot of couples have this problem where they're with someone for some time and they kind of question their relationship after that long period. I haven't had that thought in my mind or anything like that, so it's like, it's great. It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
But where I was going with this is that at that point I was like, boom, I know that she's the one. I know that I can say I love you to you, because like I feel such a moving force whenever I'm with you. And when I speak with you, I see you, I talk to you. It just like I get jittery, you know. So that's I think that's the day that we both said it to each other.
Who said it first, though? Do you remember?
I think it was you, actually.
It was me.
Like, I think I've said it to you like subliminally. Yeah, I can never say that word. I don't know why, but I did say it to you sometimes.
Yeah.
But you're like, nah, he's playing. But then.
Did you?
I don't know, actually. We have to look back.
Yeah, I don't remember. Actually, I feel like, because I'm more of the, like, traditional person in this relationship, so I wouldn't let him do certain things until we became official, and I feel like you probably did try to say I love you, but you didn't say it directly. But when I felt like you were trying to, like, hint that, I'd be like, not yet.
Not yet. No, fam. Nah, fam. You I, but not right now.
No, I was waiting for you to, like, reel in the fishing rod before you say I love you. Like, try to catch that real quick. Just, just... Yeah.
Yeah. So, I love you too. So I think we should just end the questions here, and if people want to see more, then we'll continue the list.
Okay.
But what do you guys think? We are also losing daylight, so this video is going to be probably pretty dark towards the end here.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys enjoyed this, I guess, 5 out of the 20 questions.
It was 4. Oh, yeah, 5.
5.
You're right.
5 out of 20 questions. If you guys want us to finish the list, please let us know down below.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, thanks for watching. Do you want to say anything?
No, it was fun. I really want to finish this. So maybe another time.
Another day.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching, guys. We love you guys as always. Make sure if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, subscribe down below. I was trying to put it here for some reason. Subscribe down below. Also follow our Facebook. We update that sometimes. Do we update that?
Yeah, we update it.
Okay, we update that. And follow us on our individual Instagrams if you want to just get in touch with us.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we've been going strong as a couple we're about to hit our year soon.
Yeah.
It's like coming up. Mm-hmm. Like we started this vlogging channel when we started our relationship pretty much, and we're about to hit that year. So
yeah.
if you guys like these sit down videos, please let us know down below. And
one last thing. If you guys haven't noticed, we recently changed the vlogging channel name to Ken K Ventures instead of The Life of Cad. So if you see that and you're wondering what the heck is Ken K Ventures, it's us.
It's us.
Yeah.
So maybe it's gonna be Ken K Family one day. Alright guys. Love you guys as always. We'll see you in the next one.